Hi all. Okay, this is going to be a video on my class policies. Please don't skip this. Most of my questions in the first week come from this particular information, not so much the coursework. Okay. So first of all, my name is Rebecca Rucka. I am a professional CPA and auditor. I started off working with the Department of Defense as a contract auditor. I moved on to Treasury Office of the Inspector General, where I audited the federal government on behalf of the taxpayers to make sure that your money was being spent wisely. After that, I went into audit readiness consulting, and now I'm here sharing my experience with all of you. So, that said, um, I am not a PhD, I'm a CPA. So you don't have to call me doctor. In fact, it's perfectly fine with me if you use my first name, Rebecca. I feel like at this stage in your education, all of us are peers. Here, I will call you by your first names unless you have a preference other than that, in which case I will respect that. And I'm perfectly fine with you using my first name. So, on to class policies. First of all, I consider, my responsibility to you is to help you in any way I can and to teach you accounting, okay, which is not an easy subject. All right. So, I know that on your side, you have many responsibilities to a lot of different people. Okay. Most of you are career professionals, you have families, you have obligations. Okay. So, in order to help you integrate my class into all of that, first of all, well done just for signing up and showing up. Okay. Um, My courses, my particular policy is that I don't detract points for late work. I'm more concerned that you take the time that you need to give the assignments their full attention. Okay. I have set all of your assignments due in the last week of the term to indicate that you won't lose any points as long as they're in by the end of the term. Okay, that said, there are two caveats to that. Okay, first of all, sooner is always better than later, just so I'm not trying to grade everything in the last week. That's just, to help me out. Okay, the other thing is, that Canvas is adaptive. So the grade that it shows um, is a percentage based on what you've turned in so far. So if you turn in 0 assignments, it's going to show 100% A all the way through. Okay. So, so there aren't any surprises throughout the course. As weeks go by, I will plug zeros in assignments that I don't have. So let's say it's week 3, okay, and you haven't turned in any assignments up to that point. Your week 1 assignments and week 2 assignments will have zeros in them, okay, just to let you know what you have so far. Okay, at the point at which you complete that assignment, your grade will be updated to indicate that. I will let you know that Canvas does not notify me when you update your discussion posts. So your initial discussion post, I'll get an alert. But if you go back in to update it, I do not get a message for that. So I do need you to alert me to that so I can go back in and fix it. Okay. Um, Additionally, let's look at. Additionally, I have a new policy this term that I'm trying out. Okay. So please um, give me your feedback in real time to let me know how this is working out. Okay. So for the first time in this term, I'm going to pre-record all of my lectures. And have them available in Canvas each week. Okay. We will still have class time during the appointed time. We're going to come in at 8 a.m. and you can watch my lectures during that time, or you can have watched them before, or you can watch them after. I will be available in real time for you to ask questions or seek clarification on any issues, on the lecture material, on the assignments, whatever you need. But my hope is that by providing these lectures on a pre-recorded basis, it will give students more flexibility to interact with those class materials. So maybe you don't have 2 to 3 hours to sit there and listen to me ramble on about accounting stuff, but you can give me an hour here and an hour there where you can tune into my lecture and sort of internalize that material and then come in and ask questions. Okay. If this format is not working for you, please let me know. Okay. And we can switch back to the normal system. I'm just trying this out to provide more flexibility for you guys. Okay. That said, let's take a look over at the syllabus. Let's take a quick look at the syllabus and go through some of our items there. First of all, please note that this number that I've provided here, this is my client line. Okay. If you text is always better if you want an immediate response. I check my phone throughout the day. If you text me, you will usually get a response within the hour. Okay. So if you're panicking about something, if you need a response right away, this is the best time to get me. Okay. Um, if you call me and leave a message, you will get a response definitely within the day, probably within the next 3 hours. Okay. The least emergent is my email. If you email me, expect a response within 36 to 48 hours. Okay. Also, you may make an appointment for office hours. If you're struggling, we can meet in Zoom or we can meet in person on campus and we can go through anything that you're having issues with. Okay. So let's look over here at our assignments. You will have, excuse me, you will have connect assignments. Um, again, those will be uh, due in their entirety by the end of the 5-week term. Okay, you will have discussion posts each week. Okay, this is 25% of your grade. Okay, and these are easy points. Okay, this is your participation in the class. I don't expect a master's thesis. Okay, what I want here is your informed opinions and facts that you have learned in the class. Okay, I want responses on 2 responses on 2 different discussion posts. To keep the conversation going, please be respectful, okay, in posting your opinions. That does not mean you have to agree with um, your classmates and peers, but please keep your disagreement post respectful. Okay. Um, if you um make your discussion post and 2 response posts that are well thought out, you should get 100% points here. There's no reason to miss out on these. Okay. Um, Video assignments, again, those are going to be available in McGraw-Hill Connect. You will have quizzes and you have a final exam that is worth 5% of your grade. I do permit you to use your notes here. This course gets a little dense when it comes to formulas, especially at the end. Okay, and there are some really good slides that I have prepared that include summaries of those formulas and what circumstances they are to be used in. So please avail yourself of those summaries when it comes to your final exam. I believe that's everything that I need to tell you to be successful in this class. If you have questions about any of my policies, please let me know. My next video will be on the actual course content. Okay, thank you so much, and I can't wait to get into this material. Okay. Yes, I stopped recording.
So I was confused.
What'd you say?
It didn't say it, so I was confused.
Oh, okay.